The movie begins with a small family. Das, his wife Basanti, their elder son Neetu, and the younger son Muli. At night, they secretly cross the Sri Lankan border and enter India. When they reach Ramaswamy, they feel a bit relieved and thank God for helping them get this far safely. At that moment, Muli, the younger son, tells his father, "Dad, I left my bag on the boat. Let me go and get it." A few minutes later, some police constables spot the family and question them. One constable named Bhairavan asks who they are and what they're doing here at this hour. Das tells him the truth, saying, "Sir, I've come from Sri Lanka to India in search of work. The condition in our country is very bad. Prices have gone up, and I couldn't find a decent job. That's why I brought my family here." Bhairavan asks, "Well, okay, you've reached India safely, but how will you survive here? Do you have any relatives or contacts?" Das replies, "Yes, my brother-in-law is here to receive us. He might have run away seeing the police. He's very recognizable, fat with curly hair." Listening to this, the police start searching for his brother-in-law. And behind a board, they find Prakash, hiding. The police arrest him, too. As they're being taken in the police van, Muli takes out a puppy from his bag. He had found it on the beach. Muli then tells Bhairavan a very emotional story about the puppy. Listening to the little boy, Bhairavan gets emotional and says, "You have a good family. You never saw me, you never met me, and now go quietly to Chennai and live your life peacefully." He lets them go. Prakash then books a cab, and they all decide to first explore Ramaswamy before heading to Chennai. Das is shown to be a very simple and innocent man. For example, whatever they eat in the cab, he makes sure to throw the garbage in a dustbin instead of littering. When they reach Chennai, they see a man lying on the roadside. Das assumes he fainted, but Prakash explains he's drunk. Das insists on calling an ambulance. Prakash takes Das's family to a house he had already arranged. It's in a small colony. He starts explaining the rules to them. He says, "Don't tell anyone that you're from Sri Lanka. Try to speak proper Tamil because the Sri Lankan Tamil dialect sounds a little different. And avoid too much conversation with neighbors." After explaining everything, Prakash takes them to the house owner. To their shock, the owner turns out to be a police inspector named Raghava. This scares Das and Prakash, as Raghava might find out the truth and send them to jail. Raghava questions Das about where he's from. Hearing Das speak, he becomes suspicious and says, "Your Tamil doesn't sound right. Tell me honestly, where are you from?" Just as Das is about to confess, Raghava guesses, "You're from Kerala, right?" Prakash quickly jumps in and confirms it, saying, "Yes, sir, they're from Kerala." Finally, Raghava gives them the house keys and allows them to stay. Soon after moving in, an old lady from the neighborhood tries to befriend Basanti by offering tea, but Basanti doesn't respond much. Meanwhile, Neetu, the elder son, seems unhappy about being in India. He's always listening to music on his phone and avoiding interaction. As days go by, Basanti starts talking to the women in the colony. Das doesn't like it and scolds her often, telling her not to mingle with others. One day, Prakash brings household items like utensils and furniture for Das's family, and even gets them Aadhaar cards made, just in case anyone asks for documents. Basanti and the old lady become close friends. When neighbors ask where she's from, Basanti tells them that they're from Kerala and had to leave due to problems back home. Meanwhile, Das is busy searching for a job in Chennai. Even though he brought his family here, he knows he has to earn to survive. The reason behind their escape from Sri Lanka becomes clear later in the story. Back in Ramaswamy, a major bomb blast occurs. ACP Balwant Singh is assigned to investigate. He's shown torturing a suspect in lockup. While investigating, they find CCTV footage showing Das throwing trash into a bin. Unfortunately, that same dustbin is where the bomb was placed. Another constable shows the footage to Bhairavan and suspects Das's family. But Bhairavan defends them, saying, "No way! That family can't do something like this. Das was only throwing garbage." The other constable warns Bhairavan to inform ACP Barwant, or he might get into trouble. In the colony, there's a man who's always drunk. Everyone mocks him regularly. Despite all odds, Das manages to get his younger son admitted to a school. One day, Prakash and Das meet at a tea stall. Prakash says he will soon get them voter ID cards as well. Das says he got his son admitted to a school and now needs a driving license. He says, "Rich people here need drivers. I can get a job." Prakash laughs. "You think this is like Sri Lanka? This is Chennai. It'll take years just to learn the area." Das replies confidently, "Don't worry, I've already explored half the city." So Prakash gets him a driving license and they visit a rich man who is hiring a driver. The rich man questions Das. "What's your name? Where are you from? I'll test you for 7 days. If I like your work, you'll be hired. Based on your performance and behavior, the job will be permanent. But there's no salary during the trial period." Hearing this, Prakash whispers to Das, "What a miser! If he doesn't pay properly later, leave the job. We'll find another." Just as Das is about to reject the offer, a servant gives them tea in paper cups. The rich man gets angry. "How dare you serve tea in paper cups to guests? Go get proper cups." Seeing his attitude, Das accepts the offer and agrees to the 7-day trial. From the next day, Das starts working. While driving, he plays old songs to impress the rich man. One day, Basanti visits the old woman's house, whose health isn't well. Her husband is Guna Shekhar. Basanti asks, "Why do you both live alone?" Guna Shekhar explains, "We had a love marriage. Our families didn't accept us, so we eloped." He shares his painful past with Basanti. Meanwhile, Das keeps trying to impress the rich man with his behavior and music. But the man gets annoyed and says, "Turn off this awful music. I don't like it." Now Das wonders how else he can impress him. The next morning, Guna Shekhar's wife doesn't wake up. He usually wakes her up every morning. Worried, he calls Basanti to check. Basanti and Das rush to their house. Guna Shekhar wakes up and asks, "Why are you here so early? I just slept deeply last night." But when he looks for his wife, he finds out she's died, sitting peacefully on a chair. Guna Shekhar breaks down in tears. "We were each other's support all these years. Now I'm alone," he sobs. He says, "When we left home, my wife's father cursed us that we'd die like orphans. Today, his words came true." Das consoles him and says, "You're not alone. We are your family. Everyone in this colony is with you." He then goes door to door, inviting all the neighbors to attend the funeral. Slowly, everyone gathers at Guna Shekhar's home to pay respects. Even his father-in-law arrives, heartbroken, to see his daughter for one last time. Guna Shekhar folds his hands and starts apologizing to Shekhar Das. He thanks him for everything and says, "You are a very good human being. Your heart is so pure. For so many years, we all lived in this colony without really knowing each other. But ever since you came, you brought our truth out into the open." Everyone in the colony starts realizing that Das has brought major positive changes to their lives. They've begun connecting with one another, just like a real family. From now on, they decide to live like one big family, just like Das and his own. After all this, Das visits the rich man to ask about his job, since 7 days had passed. The rich man bluntly tells him, "Your job here is not permanent. You can leave now." Confused and hurt, Das asks, "Have you grown tired of my singing? I promise I won't play songs in your car anymore. But tell me, what mistake did I make that you're firing me?" The rich man doesn't give any explanation. He coldly says, "I don't owe you an answer. Just go." That evening, Das comes home completely drunk. Meanwhile, the little puppy Mooli, whom they met at the beach, starts misbehaving. Hearing the noise, Neetu gets very angry and says he left the puppy somewhere in the morning. Seeing Das in that drunken state, Neetu and Basanti scold him. "What was the need to drink like this?" they ask. Das questions Neetu. "Why did you abandon that puppy? Ever since you came to India, you've been angry all the time.
What's going on inside you? And this is where the truth finally comes out. Why Das and his family left Sri Lanka and came to India. Back in Sri Lanka, Meetu had fallen in love with a girl. When her family found out about their relationship, they came to threaten Das, saying, "If your son meets our daughter again, we'll erase your entire family." To protect them, Das fled the country and brought his family to India. Neetu, heartbroken, asks Das, "Dad, why did you do that?" Das replies, "Son, any father in my place would have done the same, to save his family." But Neetu doesn't agree. "You think you didn't do anything wrong, but because of you, I lost the girl I loved. I had to leave our country and our village." Das, feeling guilty, says, "Let me correct my mistake. I'll find her and get you both married." But Neetu says, "There's no point now. She is probably married to someone else." But do you know what hurts more? That we're now wandering in India. If we had stayed in Sri Lanka, I could have completed my studies and gotten a small job. But here, my degree means nothing. What kind of job can I even do? Understanding Neetu's pain, Das apologizes with tears in his eyes. "Forgive me, son. I didn't understand all this back then. My only focus was saving your lives." Neetu, equally emotional, says, "No, Dad, you forgive me. It is because of me that we had to flee Sri Lanka." In this heart-touching moment, father and son clear all misunderstandings and bond deeply. Their whole family becomes very happy. Meanwhile, Raghava's daughter is present in their home and watches all this. Seeing their happiness, she wonders, why can't our family be like this? Back in Rameshwaram, Balwant Singh's superior is scolding him harshly. Recently, Balwant had brutally beaten a man in lockup, and now that man is in critical condition. His superior warns him, "If anything happens to that man, not only will you lose your job, you'd better solve the bomb case first." Just then, Constable Bhairavan informs Balwant about Das's family. He says, "A few days ago, Das's family arrived from Sri Lanka. The man who dumped something in the dustbin, in that CCTV footage, it was Das." There's another twist. A man had come to Bhairavan earlier to file a missing complaint about his dog. When Bhairavan sees the photo of the dog, he is shocked. It's the same dog Mooli from the story Das had told him earlier. That's when Bhairavan starts suspecting that Das and his family have been lying. Balwant's team then rechecks the CCTV footage. While Das's face is not visible, they note down the taxi number. They track the driver and ask him where he dropped the family. Soon, Balwant heads to the colony. Meanwhile, Das and his family have mingled well with the colony people. They reveal their entire truth, and after hearing it, everyone in the colony accepts them wholeheartedly. Even the rich man rehires Das and gives him an entire month's salary in advance. During this time, we see Raghava's daughter again, who secretly likes Neetu. Later in the church, a funeral is being held for Gunasekar's wife. All the colony residents attend the funeral and say kind words about the couple. Then the colony's drunkard takes the mic and starts speaking emotionally. "People in this colony always mocked me for being a drunkard, but no one ever asked why I started drinking. My mother passed away due to illness, and in her final days, she couldn't even recognize me. After she died, I felt completely alone. That's when I turned to alcohol. But this Sri Lankan brother Das came into my life, talked to me, motivated me, gave me hope." Listening to him, everyone in the colony becomes deeply emotional. The next day, Balwant Singh comes with his entire police force to the colony. He goes door to door asking, "Is this the family we are looking for?" Bhairavan keeps answering no after seeing each family. Eventually, they reach Das's home. Even then, Bhairavan says, "No, not them." Balwant loses his temper and scolds him. "Are you joking with me? We have checked every house. If they are not here, then where are they?" At that moment, news arrives. The man Balwant beat up in the lockup has died. An arrest warrant is issued against Balwant Singh. As Bhairavan is about to leave, Das stops him and asks, "Sir, you knew us. Why did you lie? Why did you save us?" Bhairavan replies, "I came here to arrest your family. But once I saw how wonderful your family is, I couldn't do it. When we went door to door, I noticed all the colony people were speaking in Sri Lanka language, even if they didn't know it, just to protect your family. That's when I realized how much these people love you. You have never harmed anyone. If I arrest you now, I would be committing a great sin. Live your life peacefully. Thus, you're not alone. The entire colony stands with you. The message of this movie is simple yet powerful. If you do good, good will return to you. And with that, this beautiful movie comes to an end. So friends, how did you like this movie? Please don't forget to like and comment. Thanks for watching.